3, 2, 1.
What's up, all you crazy capitalists, you witty whiskey enthusiasts? Welcome to the Whiskey Capitalist Podcast. I'm Ian.
I'm Shawn.
And we have MoviesMerica here.
Yeah, MoviesMerica. Hi. How you doing, everybody?
I noticed I cut you off there. You're like,
That wasn't awkward at all.
thought I'd get in there real quick.
You do it.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow, and comment down below. It helps out with the algorithm. Go to solo.to/the Whiskey Capitalist for all of our links, and there it is right there. Also, it'll help you stay up to date with all that we're doing. Go to bit.ly/the Whiskey Capitalist merch for all of our merch and
buy merch
store. Yes, go get you some bike shorts. Show off that moose knuckle. All right. Today we're going to be talking about pretty much the only thing that's been going on, the 2022 midterm
chess championships.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
The bag gate. We're gonna go back to that, and whatever else. So we're gonna be talking about those elections, talking about Quasimodo winning in your state, sir. I'm sure you're happy about it.
Yeah, we can talk all about that in a minute. Fun.
Wait.
Then you need to have like the losing horn from what was it? The Price is Right. Boom, boom, boom.
So was this you last night?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
At one point it was funny because like it was when you had a couple of drinks and like you're watching the states roll by with like the numbers and you're not paying attention to how much is in yet. It was like pretty early on, maybe like 9 p.m. or so, and like there's only like 5% in it for PA at the time, and like the numbers for like Fetterman were like 85% to 11% odds. And I was like, no! I was like, oh no, what's going on? And I look over just like, we got time. We got time.
Got time.
And
yes.
Yeah, because it's like, obviously like the big thing I think we're going to end up talking about a lot is like with like the mail-in ballots and how that kind of like gave like a lot of the Democrats this big like start essentially when it came to like the initial numbers, because then you figure a lot of the people that were conservative were going in voting in person, majority at least.
Right.
Yeah. So we will get more into all of that in a little bit, and whatever else pops up in the conversation, leave a comment. Let us know if we missed anything about a certain election or a certain. I want to try and go over as much as we can, and try and maybe not state by state, because who cares about Utah and Idaho, but like go over most of the states, kind of see what what's going on, see what effects. I went into a bunch of different stuff last night, talking to there were a lot of abortion propositions. There were a lot across the states. There was a lot of legalized weed. There was a lot of different things that were going on. So I think it would be kind of cool to kind of go over and see how the nation is kind of shaped.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a great way to kind of like approach some of the elections, because honestly, I think like majority of like, when it came to the Democrats, they were running on like one topic, and that was, the abortion thing. Yeah.
Like killing kids, but then, when they become kids, switching up the wiener.
Well, once they're born, then the mutilation to the genitalia is fair game, apparently.
Yeah, they say like they want to be able to kill kids because they're going to have a terrible life once they're born, and they want to make that life even more terrible by letting you cut off their twig and berries, because God knows a 7-year-old is mature enough to make that, not at all life-changing decision.
Yeah, it's your choice to have it or not, freedom of choice, right? But then when it's born, it's ours.
Right, yeah, because you can always just put those right back on. I mean, twig and berries is like an erector set, right? You just
there's a bunch of those conversations that we'll end up getting into for sure, especially when it comes to some of the misinformation and disinformation that's out there. That's actually pro this stuff, where they're trying to convince people that doctors aren't giving children puberty blockers. That's not a thing. It's like, so then why is there so much evidence that shows that they are? Like Boston Children's Hospital alone was enough evidence to point out that this stuff is happening.
Yeah, it gets a little crazy. So like I said, make sure you leave a comment if there's anything we missed or anything interesting that you learned, in your voting experience, or anything you want to bring up that, see our opinions on, anything like that. Just go ahead and leave it in the comments.
And make sure you smash that subscribe.
Yes. And the like too. Just hit all the buttons. Just fucking like the cat on the keyboard.
Bash the keyboard on
Twitter thumbs on the keyboard. All right, here we go.
Who else in the level crowd say yeah?
Look at that big, juicy booty.
Hot like a tamale.
Be offended. Do you love black people? Negro.
You know the thing.
Here, next.
Don't be rude. You ain't black.
Shawn Cav.
You're going to have a flame coming out of your butthole.
Heartfelt.
A man and a woman.
All right, I think I'm finally fine with now hearing the intro. It doesn't make me bust up laughing, almost spit up my drink.
I still get pumped up. I get pumped up every time. I'm like,
no, it pumps me up, but I think I can drink 30 episodes now later. I think I can actually drink during the intro and take that break.
Is that how far? Is that how many we've done so far?
This is number 29.
Wow, we're almost to 30. Yeah,
nice. I know. We're almost hitting that 3-0.
15 years too old for Joe Biden. 29. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
I was 30 and she was 12.
All right. Well, we got to start off here with Trevor. Like, share, subscribe. Yes, do it. Listen to Trevor. He's a good
do it all.
Exactly.
What's up, Dad? How you doing? What up? You're not listening hard enough then. Oh, to the intro. I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about?
Okay, yeah.
I already forgot.
You're not hard enough yet? Is that what?
Get harder, Ian.
Yeah.
Get harder.
Better, harder, faster.
There's
the
pills
exact
for that.
opposite problem of 3 hours of massive erection.
Yeah, there's pills for that, Ian.
Yeah, if you listen for more than 4 hours.
So I was watching last night, Erection Night 2024.
You might be married.
Yeah, that's what we should have called this one. Erection recap. Erection recap.
Republicans blow their load prematurely.
What is this, Chinese?
Yeah, about
That's
that
not
red
what we
wave.
stand for. That's not what the whiskey capitalist represents.
Oops. Sorry, guys.
It's a fucking joke.
It's okay. We like Asians.
Yeah, we do. Okay, so anyways, guys.
I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Okay, so do you guys have anything you want to start with, or should we just kind of
wait? Do we not prepare for this episode?
I did. I'm just asking you guys first. I'm being nice, but if you don't want to, then fuck you.
No, I mean, I think the big one that everyone's still kind of watching is the Arizona one. Obviously,
yeah. Right.
Like that's the big one with Maricopa County. Maricopa.
Yeah, so I just have this up just because. This is what I was looking at. It seems like they're calling stuff a lot quicker. They're adding the projected winners to the thing. So when I went to bed, it was 48 to 47, the Dems. So that's good. We've kind of evened that out.
Yeah, apparently in Maricopa County in Arizona, they have some one-arm blind woman in Madagascar that has to count all the votes.
Yeah.
And so then it's going to take until mid 2023 before we get results back. They got a real well-oiled machine there.
Yeah.
In Arizona.
Yeah. It's a trans woman counting with her dick.
Jesus Christ. Wow. We already went there. 12 minutes in. 12 minutes in.
We're talking about the election. We're already going in.
Well, the thing is, whenever we start talking about this stuff, and not even just us, but anybody in general, we start talking about this election stuff, immediately, if you question any of the stuff, you're election denier. You're now all of a sudden, like, now it's conspiratorial. It's like, no, why can't we question some of these things? Like, especially when there's like issues with like the machines not working. These machines are supposed to work one day out of the year. Just that's it. Just one day out of the year. What's so hard about making sure that we have 3 to 4 working machines per like county, like just operating? That doesn't
because
seem
it's
like
a government
ask.
operation. That's why. So that's the first hampering, or that's the first problem. It is a government operation. Total clusterfuck from the start.
Are you saying we should privatize ballot counting?
Privatize, yeah, privatize and incentivize right there. It's like give them a reason to get it right, because right now government's like, we're the only game in town, so we could fuck up as much as we want. We can go as slow as we want. Who's going to replace? Who's going to stop us? This is our job. And so, yeah, if I was them, I wouldn't be motivated to get it right. Like, zero motivation.
Well, I mean, also, that like, wasn't Hillary questioning the election for like 4 years?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that was like her big running piece on the whole thing. Like, I got cheated out of an election. Oh, so now you that's election denying, but we don't talk about that.
You could run the best election ever, and somebody's headed out of winning the election. It's a vast right.
Have we hung that guy yet?
Wait, where are you going?
I'm pulling up Pennsylvania right now because like I just wanted to show this real quick that this was like for the Senate race.
Yeah. Also, you said something about running, so it immediately made me think of Stacey Abrams. Didn't she deny like?
Oh yeah,
everything.
2018. Yep. And when she lost to Brian Kemp, the first time. That she's never admitted, she's never conceded defeat. Now she conceded defeat for last night's ass whipping of her, but 2018 she never did. And so she would go to different places like churches, and they'd call her Governor Stacey Abrams, or she'd go and whatnot. And
wasn't she president of the world on Star Trek?
Yes. Exactly. Yes. I put a tweet up there last night. I was like, now she's got plenty of time to beam back to the Star Federation of losing, where she could be the president of God knows what up there. So
who has a worse record, her or Beto?
I think Beto's got the worst record at this point. 3 times running, 3 times the loser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
3 times any charm.
But do you think he's going to run a 4th?
I think so.
Yeah, because he has the ego the size of the gap between Abrams' teeth.
See, like here's the problem when it comes to Beto. Beto, like every single rally that you saw him holding, it wasn't a rally. It was like a PTA meeting where it was literally like a whole bunch of old ladies getting together at a coffee shop, and like they brought their husbands along, and they had like their Beto shirts on, and it's like, we love trans kids and this type of thing. It's just, I don't know, the entire thing. It was maybe like 15 people in a room he's talking to at a time.
There were a couple that were larger, but yes, it is.
I don't remember seeing any of them that were larger than like 15.
Well, the ones where like there's a lot of college kids, because college kids, like Beto is catnip to college kids for some reason. Bro. It's a skateboard. Yeah. Oh my God, he's like 59 years old and he's riding a skateboard, man, but he's still
do a kickflip, bro.
Kickflip, Tony Hawk.
Yeah. He dresses like my accountant, and he's on a skateboard, but he's still awesome. He's rad, like
so. So bring up your Pennsylvania.
Oh, sure.
That story. There's nothing
the land of Fetterman. Really that's what they're renaming it to. Land of Fetterman.
I just want to show you this real quick. So in Pennsylvania there are 67 counties. Okay, 12 of them are blue. Only 12 counties are blue for Fetterman, and that's all he needed in order to win the Senate race. Now, this to me is like the reasoning behind like why don't we have like an electoral state college? Like to where like we get better representation of the entire state. This happens all the time. Like majority of like upstate New York is all red. But then like, you have New York City, that hub of just deep blue. And that's enough population right there to just command whatever like the state's going to do. That would happen if we got rid of the electoral college. This is essentially a left wing arguing point for getting rid of the electoral college. Like, oh, why do we have this thing? It's so archaic and it doesn't make any sense. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, because we would have cities like New York. We'd have New York, California, and like Texas and whatnot. They would just basically command what the entire country voted. It's not right.
Population density basically makes moronic groupthink that much more possible.
Yeah,
where you got
we're seeing that
rural
with the
areas, like
cities.
everyone can critically think and think independently because they're not right on top of each other. And, they're not meeting at the local bar or whatever and whatnot and going to all the same places and hobnobbing and rubbing elbows with the same people where, you better say the same things. You better toe the company line. You better say whatever the local Democrats are telling you to say. Where out in the rural area, you'd be like, I can have my own opinions. I can think critically and whatnot. So that's the number one. That's one of the big reasons that the Electoral College is necessary right there, is because, idiocy breeds in urban areas because everyone's right on top of each other, and everyone's thinking, hey, everyone must like Biden. Everyone must like Fetterman because I haven't heard anybody else. And you just know there's a ton of people within that group like, I don't like Fetterman. I don't like Biden.
Yeah, but
I'm afraid to break out.
It's that group think. It's it's like that new liberal app title or tribal.
Yeah.
It's funny, aptly named, right? Like,
yeah, how on the nose is that, right?
When they said that, I was like, this is Elon is fucking trolling right now, right? Like, there's no way, there's no fucking way. I don't know.
Yeah, was it? They had a tweet just recently that was. Let me share this thing real fast too. They shared a tweet about Elon again, and again, this is all like just trying to help promote them. They're like, "Come on, guys, join Tribal, join us, be one of us, Google Gobble." Let me see here.
All the cool kids are doing it. Wow.
Yeah, so it's like breaking Republican. Now they're referring to Elon as a Republican too, because he came out saying, "Hey guys, this is the first year I'm voting Republican because of how crazy the Democrats have gotten." And it's like Republican Elon Musk is now considering putting all of Twitter behind a paywall and charging all users a subscription fee to use Twitter. Like, first off, that's not true. He's paying for verification, but
right.
If Musk starts charging, will you use Twitter or will you pay Elon or ditch Twitter and join alternative tribal social?
You're going to get what you pay for. It's free, but you're not going to get any exposure.
One of the best things that he said recently was the fact, and it makes total sense, is because think about how Facebook works and whatnot. You are the product, okay? You use that. They have all your data. They know your likes. They know what your shopping habits are, like, and even like the rumor of like the microphones listening to what you're saying, so that way the ads pop up and whatnot. Like, when it comes to all that stuff, you are the product. Like, the advertisers are buying you, versus a social media platform that could be developed to where it's for content creators, kind of what Elon's trying to do, and it's for the user. The user gets the experience that they're looking for out of the product, to where like now you're buying into the social media, which honestly, the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of on board with it. Like, just and this isn't me like just jumping on the Elon train. This is like some critical thought going behind this. If you're putting money into this for them to be able to turn money around to go to content creators and for you to be able to monetize what you are creating on your profile, like, who would be against that? Why would you ever be against, like someone starting like essentially a small business for like, content creation? Sure. That just, it seems silly and foolish, unless like you're a socialist, in which case you're not for anybody succeeding besides like the group think, like outside of the group.
Yep. Yeah. It's just ridiculous, dude. It's like what are we doing here with this social media stuff?
Yeah, let's get rid of the caste system where only the elites get like the blue check marks and whatnot. Like, that should be gone, right? I mean, I like how Elon's trying to make it even for everyone. It's not like the king and the queen and the royal court can have the blue check marks, and then all the minions, the peasants.
I think there needs to be different kinds of check marks, like your basic verification verifying that it's you needs to be a certain check mark, and then there needs to be a different check mark for, okay, these are verified, influencers or whatever the fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like these are the verified accounts. These aren't the parody accounts of, whatever. Because I mean, I do understand that part of the verification, because there are bigger people, because how many people could make an Alec Baldwin, an account and, talk about how, he likes being a serial killer or like whatever, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different things that go wrong with that. So I think there is something, it's kind of a nuanced discussion to be had about the verification process. I think. But
yeah, I think there could be more to it for sure, because like they were talking about like creating different check marks, and like I think Elon is actually talking about doing that still. I think they're still talking about creating different check marks for like verified Twitter Blue users, and then also for like celebrity internet personnel type deal, you know, like journalists, that whole bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're only complaining about the $8 just because, you know, they just don't like Elon. You know, they just hate the fact that he's taken away their big mouthpiece, you know, for their agenda. And, you know, I mean, and like, you know, I saw that meme where they're talking about like an $8 Starbucks cup of coffee. They don't even bat an eye about, you know, buying an $8 cup of coffee, but, you know, they're like, oh my God, you know, an $8 blue check mark. I mean, that's not a big deal.
You know, they care about the, you know, the $8 for verification, but they don't care about how they bought like a $50,000 Tesla like 3 years ago before he was a fascist.
But also keep this in mind now. Before Elon took over, any of the right wing speakers, none of them were verified. Like Cernovic and Josh Cash wasn't certified or wasn't verified. There was
certified. You're thinking of elections.
Certified, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying. But like a bunch of them were like, even Cat Turd just recently got a blue check mark. I'm serious. Like, so here's Josh. Josh got his.
Yeah.
And like, if I go to,
did you get yours?
No, I didn't get mine. But like, I'm also like, I only have like maybe like just under 2,000 like followers, or whatever that. But if I go to Cat Turd, I think he's 2. Yeah, look, blue check mark.
Oh, there you go.
That's amazing. Oh, and Libs
Cat Turd 2, the sequel.
Oh, I bet you Libs has got one.
TikTok got one. I saw that.
Yep, they got a tick.
I mean, it's great because I mean, how many other people just like that? Libs of TikTok is, you know, a bigger account. How many other people you think, you know, want to grift off that, or, you know, or whatever?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's got to be like fans of Libs of TikTok and all these types of people who are going to just try and like copy and paste like the posts, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was interesting yesterday. I don't know if you guys had any interesting, you know, inline voting, you know, experiences or anything like that. But when I was in line, I think I was talking to you about this, Shawn, a little bit. But yeah, so I was standing in line, stood in line because it was raining here, and stood in line for about 25-30 minutes in the rain with a bunch of people, which was cool to see that people were in line on voting day. Like, this is the day we do this. It's like, this isn't, don't mail your fucking ballot in. Okay.
Practicing democracy before the Republicans take it away.
Yeah, Jen doesn't like standing in line around a bunch of fucking people unless it's Disneyland. So like so she was just like, I'm just gonna go drop it off at my work. She works, you know, government and shit. So, but anyways, so I just give her shit for the not wanting to stand in line and, you know, vote. But yeah, so I was standing in line, and you know, everyone was like grouped in. Like, there were only a couple people with umbrellas, so like there were like a bunch of people under like different umbrellas, and like it was pretty cool. It was like a little community, a little tribe, and so
did they ask you who you were voting for?
It wasn't. I basically what I said, because I always like to stir the pot a little, and so like I was standing in line, and I was like, I was like, do they check your ID? And that got a couple people like, nope. It's fucking ridiculous. And so like that, I was like, yeah. So like, thing, you know, like,
stirring the pot, yes.
And so we started talking about it, and I was like, yeah, no, it's crazy. I started talking about like the Miami-Dade stuff, like how Miami-Dade went red, and that's crazy to me because it's a big city, like we were fucking talking about. But then there was a guy behind me who was a Hispanic guy, like, you know, like kind of a bigger dude, and he actually later ended up subscribing to the channel. So
good. Yeah.
Great job.
All right.
But yeah, so he was talking about how he works for one of the high schools around here. And the high school that I went to, and for softball we were talking about like trans stuff, talking about the What Is a Woman documentary, and I know there were some people around us that were a little uncomfortable when we were talking about that. And he was like, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to say because he's the softball coach. So he's going to be, you know, he's going to be one of the ones that has to deal with like, hey, my name's Kathy and I'm the new catcher. You know what I mean? Like,
I can bench press you.
Don't I sound so feminine? Oh yeah.
And so we were talking about that, and then there was another chick that was there that like worked for homeless outreach out in one of the cities that needs it. But she was sitting there talking about, like, we were talking about the props and like how it's just like, I usually say no to most any propositions that California puts up there because it's just more tax money. You know, it's like they're you know, one of the biggest fucking economies. You know, they don't need any more money because they're, you know, obviously handling it wrong. So I like, we're talking about that, and you know, we were talking about the homeless situation and talking about like, yeah, all these people like there's empathy, but then there's a point where it just becomes like you're enabling them to stay homeless and to stay because they're getting paid by the government. Like there was this one video talking about how this one homeless dude was saying, I get $600 a month from California.
I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, from the state, I get 200 free food stamps, and I get a phone. I can watch Netflix, I can watch whatever I want on it. So why am I going to go?
Why would he get a job?
Right. Yeah, and she said, like, she was like, I was in a debate and a discussion with someone about this, and they were like, no, like they need help, blah blah. And she was like, okay, if you go to the doctor, when the doctor like what is going to convince you to stop living the lifestyle that you are if it's bad for you? Pain. Right. If you're in pain, then it's going to make you be like, okay, I don't want to fucking do that again because it's going to make me feel the way that I feel. So she was like, I'm not trying to say make the homeless feel pain, but
right. Yeah. A little tough love. Like, yeah, because that's far from the rock bottom. If you're getting Netflix and you're getting put up and you know, nice lodgings and whatnot. I mean, it's a step up from going to prison.
Yeah, they have washers and dryers out in the open now.
Yeah. So Trevor posted this one, and like it kind of reads almost like a Seinfeld joke. What's the deal with the booths? You know, confused the shit out of people. Some people took forever. They didn't forget. They forget why they were there. And honestly, I run into that problem all the time. Like every time I go there, like I don't know. Maybe it's the time of the day that I'm going. I typically try to go before lunch, but like later in the morning because I know there's like the mad rush of people trying to get it in before they clock in like at 8 a.m. or something. So they're going to the polls between 6 and 7. But like I'm not going to go and do that because like I work from home and whatnot. So therefore what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and like maybe like around like 11:30 because I know there's going to be people trying to go during their lunch break from like 12 to 1. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to beat the crowd. I'm going to go in, and usually I just walk right on in, but I tend to usually go when the blue hairs are going too. So it's a bunch of old ladies and old men. And I swear to you,
blue hairs, I thought you meant like Antifa.
No, those are purple hairs, but like close though.
No, those are ball hairs.
Hey, what am I doing in this booth again? Oh, hey, can someone help me? I don't know which button to press. Then they come in there. Oh man, all right. So you're gonna go in here. You're gonna pick which one you want to win, and then you're gonna hit save. It's gonna show up over here, and you're gonna look at the paper. And when you look at it, make sure it's the same as what you picked, and then you hit cast. Could you run that past me one more time? There's so many steps.
They got like Alzheimer's, and they open the door like, I'm in the shower. You're like, no,
I forgot what you said. I don't know where I am right now.
Rocky Marciano.
And then I'm just like, oh my God. And I just kind of wait there. And then eventually somebody leaves like, where do I go now? And then I jump in there and literally I just go, and then I hit cast and save and cast and like I'm out of there in like 15 seconds. It does not take long at all.
He's a god. He got it done so fast.
The youth of that boy. He's going places. That boy right there.
Back in 1923, I remember my friend, good Fred, he had a lawnmower that had a cup of wine on it. It was, let me tell you about it, Shawn. Okay, do you have 57 hours to spare when I tell you this story?
Let's go to the early bird special at the buffet, and then we can tell our stories about it.
Oh, it's too late. It's 2:30 in the afternoon.
I've got bed in a few hours. Oh.
Corn Pop was bad news.
As soon as Jeopardy's off the air.
Don't you get in a serious relationship until you get in your 30s.
Save yourself from marriage, young man.
I love how if anyone just jumped in on the stream in the past fucking 20 seconds, it was like, what the fuck is this?
I'm serious, man. I'm serious. Here, listen, folks. Listen, I'm serious, okay?
I pooped my pants.
I'm not kidding.
I'm not kidding. I'm not joking, okay? Listen, folks. My son Bo died. Okay?
Come on, man.
He died on Hamburger Hill in Iraq. All right. Yes.
I grew up in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Where is that again? Where'd I come from? What am I doing here? I don't know. I'm gonna go fall up some stairs.
Yes, Scranton, Pennsylvania. That was right before they blew it up when they destroyed Alderaan. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that day. I'll never forget. Never forget where you were when Alderaan blew up.
Good thing my father took us to Hoth in our jalopy.
No, I remember like
we had wooden wheels.
As I was
liked it.
They had legs for vehicles. In a world where there was flying cars, we had legs.
Yeah. And I love.
They called them at-ats.
I love kids touching on my legs.
All right, that's enough. That's enough.
Good God. Hey,
you kids settle down. You pipe down here.
I was trying to fucking steer the ship, but y'all were a couple of Bidens over here. There's too many of them.
Let me tell you about Steer. Okay, I had Mr. Steerman.
No, so obviously when in line we're talking about like trans kids, the homeless shit, like talking about the red wave, the trickle as you put it on Twitter, movies, but like we were talking about
trickle.
Yeah, so there was obviously some uncomfortable people because we still are in California, no matter if we are in a conservative bubble where we're at. Like there still were some people that were just kind of like, oh, watch out for those terrorists or whatever they want to call it.
Those domestic terrorists there in line, they pay their taxes, damn it.
I mean, it is fair that, if I wear a certain beanie, I do kind of look generally, like.
Well, you should have wore your native headgear, sombrero.
Yeah, then I wouldn't have been terrorist at all. They'd be like, oh,
he's an illegal. He's here to vote. I get it.
I think you're appropriating their traditions or appropriating their
But wearing a certain type of beanie, it does look like you should check my shoes. But so I go in and
he's bearded Tim Pool.
And so I go in, I do the voting thing, whatever, and then and I was, I'm a loud person when I'm in public. I like joke around, whatever. And I walk in. So when I walk up to get my I voted sticker, there's like, you say certain things when you're in public, but then there's that one thing in your head that you have to tell your brain, like, don't say it. Before you say it. And like most of the times with me, it doesn't fucking work. I have no filter, so I just fucking say shit.
Right.
But like, so I was all done. And I was like, oh, then she like, so it's always a little old lady who like tells you where to put the ballot. And so she's like, oh, put it in there. I don't want to go back on the old lady voices again.
Slide it in, boy. I want you to slide it nice and slow for me. Yeah, that's nice. I like it, and you do it like that, Ian.
Oh my God, I feel like such a woman now.
I feel like a woman.
I'm glad you ended on that, Shawn. So I'm like, okay, cool. I put it in the slot, not the, grandma's vagina.
Her slot. I got it.
Ballot slot.
No cobwebs.
Yeah. So I'm walking. So I'm walking back, and I'm like, oh, sweet, my favorite part, because they give you a little sticker or whatever, right? And so the guy's like eyes lit up because I guess no one was taking the I voted stickers. I'm like, oh, that feels bad. He's got one job, just to give out the fucking stickers. So he was like, hey, you want two?
Like the Walmart greeter. Thank you for voting. Welcome to California. Thank you for voting.
He was the guy that was in the bathroom in Chick-fil-A. They just like moved him out to California. And so he's like, hi, all the women here are so sexy.
He's so hot.
Yeah, I'm here with my friend.
Do you think you're conservative?
I'm going to see my baseball.
We're all going to hell. We're all going to hell.
Whatever. Save me a spot.
It's allowed. Oh, wait, no, we're not on Twitter. I was thinking like, oh, hey, Elon allows us. Oh, wait, no, we're on YouTube. So, no.
Okay, so I go up and he was like, oh, do you want two? In my head, I was like, oh, yeah, I could put them on my nipples. Like, that's what I was going to say in my head, just because, like, oh, yeah, right here. And it, like, took...
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
and it took everything in me not to be like, no, stop, Ian, do not do it. You've already probably offended half the people fucking here talking about fucking trans penises. Excuse me, that just came out. Woo, we're on YouTube. And so I just had to walk, be like, oh no, I'll just take one thing, Mark, and I just walked out as quick as I could.
I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, of course. My favorite part is the sticker because then I get the selfie. You still grab lollipops at the bank? Yeah. If I went to them,
it makes you less suspicious when you're casing the bank. You're like, well, somebody who's casing the bank's not going to take a lollipop right there.
Very true.
And then the next week you show up in your Ronald Reagan mask with the ex-president. So yeah.
I'm still mad that
you got any of the green lollipops?
I'm still mad that I go to the dentist and I don't get to play with those little games, little like water bubbly like bubble games.
Oh, those were awesome.
Oh yeah,
where the fuck
with the buttons, yeah.
Yeah, and like you just follow the bubbles and have to turn it to like to make sure they go up a certain little thing.
I love that stuff, man.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What the hell?
So yes, Trevor. Yes. Shut up.
I went there. I said, I don't want an I voted sticker. Where are the Ukraine stickers?
Why do we not stand with Ukraine anymore? Where are the Ukraine flag stickers?
I'm not voting here. You don't stand with the good people of Ukraine. I'm all about the current thing.
You better watch it. We're gonna start talking about House of the Dragon and kick you out of the live stream. All right.
What, Trevor?
Yeah, exactly. Or have you finished it yet?
I don't know
it by now. That was a while back. You said he was almost done, right?
Yeah, he said
I have no idea.
5. It's only fucking 5 more episodes.
I don't know. I'll give him shit on Sunday. I'm supposed to see him on Sunday, and I'll be like, why haven't you finished it yet? And you sit here and you watch it on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can't talk. I got a bunch of time to do all that shit. So
yes, this is 1977. You don't have the excuse of like I wasn't at home and I couldn't watch TV. So
fair enough.
My dentist just grills me about flossing, and I have to remind him he was there the last time I flossed. Yeah, flossing isn't the easiest thing for me. It hurts.
Yeah. Do you guys do the thing I do, like when you go to vote? I mean, like when you're standing in line and you're trying to guess like how everyone's gonna vote. I mean,
I just assume everyone's voting the opposite of me. I just assume I'm always the black sheep.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like usually
that's
right.
Weird.
Right. I always just looking around like these look like smart people, so they're gonna vote the same way I do. All right, yeah. Go Team Harvard. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I typically have a different experience. So when I see the people there, I'm like, none of these people are going to vote like conservative. They're all just going to vote like, just like follow the narrative, vote blue or else.
Yeah.
Or else the Republicans will come and they'll get you in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Yep. The boogeyman. That was one of the things I was kind of like thinking about today, like on Twitter. I was like, it's weird how, essentially what conservative beliefs are, in my opinion, are like family values and just kind of like small government, just kind of like common sense type things. It really
national security. Right?
Yeah, it really feels like common sense type topics to me. Like when I view myself as a conservative, I feel like they're very common sense things. Like if you have morals and right from wrong, and you understand like what it's like to have kids or have a spouse and like own property and stuff like that. These are all things that like become important to you, or like you also want to be judged off of your merit and not just like off of like the group,
Yeah.
So it's weird to think that like that's like a negative anymore. That's something that people tend to view as like, oh my God, you're a conservative. Yeah. And it's like, well, yeah, I am, but like what's so bad about that? There's nothing bad about that, because I feel like I'm standing up for what are to me good values, good life values.
Yeah, you said the key phrase is like if you have morals. And now what seems like common sense to us, like okay, not killing babies,
exactly.
Not going out and getting pregnant outside of marriage if you can help. I mean, obviously, I know people, it happens, right? And that kind of thing. But living a religious lifestyle, if you can, that kind of thing. So
I like to stand in line and rate people on looks. 10 scale, and if they make eye contact, I shout out the number. No context for them. It's great.
7.2.
Girl, what the fuck?
0.03. Yeah. You're like you're getting the 0.03, but yeah, I mean, I think they're learning in college, which is pretty much liberal assembly lines, that everything we know conservatives to be is evil. It used to be like it's just uncool, but now it's straight up evil, and so that's why when you're trying to appeal to, okay, well, don't you want to have fiscal responsibility? Like, don't you want to get make all kinds of money and not have to settle for the scraps that the government sends you and whatnot? Well, you're talking to a crowd of people that's told like there's pride to be had in depending on the government, and that the government's going to look out for you. And anybody who tells you to be independent minded just wants you to work hard, because that's a tenet of the white man, is working hard and making money. So
to me it's like when you're a kid, you have like your parents give you shit, and they they take care of you and they do all this, and then when you become an adult, instead of realizing, oh, I'm an adult, I can make my own decisions, I don't need anyone else to like support me or do anything like this. Now it seems that like when you turn 18 and you become an adult, you're like, oh, well, it was easy then, so now I'm just going to have this new daddy take care and pay for all my bills and make my decisions and do all this. And then as you get older, you're like, oh shit, that was stupid. Like why was, what I mean? It seems like, so it's still, once you get older, you become more conservative, but it's almost for a different reason. It's not like, oh, everyone should be equal and empathetic and, blah, blah, blah. And, this is cool because, whatever. Now it's just like, oh no, I'm lazy, I'm gonna fucking live off the goddamn government.
Yeah, it's like, because we're demonized. I mean, in colleges and other places, I'm sure as well, conservatives are they're told that conservatives don't care about non-white people. They just basically want only the white people to have the good stuff, and they basically want you, like, meritocracy is a thing. You have to work hard for what you want. They're told that if you feel like you're a muskrat, people need to need to acknowledge that and need to act like you're a muskrat, and if you're not, you're a big meanie, and that's their truth and all that. And I think, like, on top of that, they're taught that it's wrong and confrontational and mean, to call people out on their psychosis. Now I wouldn't put it like that. I'd be like, you're a psychotic person that thinks they're a muskrat, right? I mean, you have to approach it more diplomatically than that, but you can't let them keep thinking these psychotic thoughts, because it goes from that to them going, okay, well, I don't just feel like a muskrat in my example. I want everyone else to think and acknowledge me as a muskrat, and that's when it goes too far, when you're expecting normal people that aren't psychotic to act psychotic to make you feel better,
Yeah, I don't know. It all comes down to having discussions, and I don't think we're able to have like rational discussions with each other, because we're so entrenched in our, like, I mean, obviously it's a lot easier for conservatives to have a conversation, going from conservative to liberal, but having it just seems like a liberal cannot have a conversation with a conservative about an honest debate or discussion about shit, because then they immediately go to ad hominem attacks and you're a Nazi, you're fascist, whatever.
It's very rare. Like, we can definitely say that it's rare for someone to be able to have a legitimate conversation. I can attest to a couple of people I know who are far left. I would even consider them, like, where like their political beliefs are like pretty aligned, like with something I want nothing to do with. Yeah. But like I just like that's nothing. It's not like a personal attack. It's just like where their beliefs are, Yeah. And like I'll talk to them, and we'll have a discussion, and as long as none of it ever becomes personal, it's all good. Whatever. I'm not going to take it personally, because they'll be like, because we end up getting into a conversation. I got into a conversation today with one of these people, actually, who I consider a friend, and we were talking about Mastriano, who was running for governor in Pennsylvania, and one of the things that he brought up that he said, I'm so glad Shapiro won. I'm like, well, why? Like, what's so great about Shapiro? I was like, oh no, he's going to follow in the footsteps of Tom Wolfe and this and that. And I'm like, well, like Tom Wolfe was the guy who was for the mandates, which basically shut down small businesses. They put masks on children. They forced vaccinations on people, or they lost their jobs. So no, like that's not the guy who's for like the little people. He's not for like the small business or like the entrepreneur or anything like that. He's for big government and big box stores. Like that's the exact opposite of what, you know, Mastriano is. Mastriano was for trying to make Pennsylvania energy independent again. He wanted to get rid of the idea that a biological male could compete and win a women's scholarship in a high school because they identify as a woman. Like these types of things. Like he wanted to get rid of those things, and he also wanted to save he wanted to outlaw like abortion and stuff like that. Which I mean, like, the abortion thing is a difficult subject for some people, but like I can tell you that ever since I saw that little like animated thing that's on YouTube right now called The Procedure. I talked about it on Monday. Ever since I saw that, it literally makes you sick to your stomach when someone tries to defend a second to third trimester abortion. Like it makes you sick to your stomach. So that's something I can't stand for. But one of the big things that they brought up when they talked about Mastriano in a negative light, they're like, oh, dude, you should just look up Mastriano and the racial slurs that he's affiliated with. I'm like, what are you talking about? And like, oh, just look it up. Okay. So I Googled it. And what he's referring to was the fact that Doug Mastriano made a contribution of like $5,000 to Gab, which is a, you know, pro free speech social media platform. And the thing is like, it's pro Christian, pro free speech. Now it sounds good, but when you go on to that, the platform, which I do have an account and I won't deny that I have an account. Why would you? It's a free speech platform.
Sure. Yeah.
You go on there and yeah, there are words and there are things on there that will make someone feel uncomfortable without a doubt, because there are things. Forum. Yes, it's an open forum. Exactly right. And like, that's the thing with free speech. It encompasses hate speech as well. So you're going to find things on there if you're looking for it. If you follow certain accounts and you try and find these types of like posts, you will absolutely find really fucked up things on there. And like that's the whole point of like almost like it's almost unmoderated. Where like
weird. It's almost like real life. You hear some shit too.
Yeah. If you look around, you're going to find something offensive to you. If you just go around and listen to every conversation on the street, you're going to find that. So that's
exactly my point. So like, that's where I'm getting at with this, where it's like, okay, like, so what's the problem? He donated to this site. He had an account. Like, he deleted his account like after like he got like there was an article about it in the paper saying, oh, Mastriano, he's on an anti-Semitic website, and like, it's not anti-Semitic when they refer to somebody as like a Jew. Like
I mean, that's right. And it's not designed to be anti-Semitic. It's not a site designed specifically and directly and only to be anti-Semitic. It's just
right.
Yeah, it's an open forum. You're bound to get some trashy shit seen on there.
Of course, there was stuff on there that made me uncomfortable reading. I was like, ooh, yeah, ooh, gross.
Yeah, what did you do? Did you dwell on it, like, or did you like leave or scroll past it or delete scroll
past it and like or just like not follow that account,
like whatever.
Exactly.
Like, it's like saying that, you know, Twitter is a porn app because there's you know,
porn stars on there,
porn stars on here, and they show them, you know, blowing dudes and, you know, whatever, but it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Which accounts
Naughty Nurses 69. I mean, I don't know.
You know,
when you're looking for Adriana Chechik to see, you know, what happened when she got her fucking back blown out at TwitchCon.
Is that how you searched it? Ariana Chechik back blown out?
No. Yeah, exactly.
I think you left the word back out of there. So.
She
blown
cheeks for TwitchCon. No. I mean, you know, there's obviously a different Adriana Chechik Twitter, and I'm glad we didn't have our screen shared when we were looking for that.
I was just looking. I was trying to do some research on topography, and I was looking for Christie canyons, and I thought there would be pictures of canyons that would come up, and then lo and behold,
I was just looking for a good community of moms to speak to.
I feel like we should just start reaching out to stepmoms.
Stepmoms that are stuck. The ones that are stuck on a certain opinion.
Those are stepmoms stuck.
Those lonely, bored stepmoms.
Yeah, and stepsisters, and it's all there.
I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah. We live in a society where we fetishize everything from Game of Thrones. Jesus. All right,
wow.
so we should probably get back to looking at some actual stats because that's what.
Anyway, just to kind of finish up on that Gab thing, that was the whole thing where it's like his affiliation with that was enough to where it's like, oh, he's like racial. He's affiliated with racial slurs. Not at all.
Really reaching.
Yeah. You're playing like 7 degrees to Kevin Bacon with this whole thing, trying to say okay, he has a Gab account. Gab is this. This guy made a Gab account. So therefore it's like, all dogs breathe there, all cats breathe there, all dogs are cats.
Throat bone connects to the D bone, the D bone connects to the ankle bone. Yeah, it's just like so you gotta make all these connections and make your weak ass point.
You're reaching.
Yes. Well, yeah, we'll just let that one go. But we can get back to it.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say real quick. It's like when they show a picture of some politician that you don't like, and he's standing next to Jeffrey Epstein, or Harvey Weinstein, or whatever the case may be. Like, oh, see, he's totally associated with this person. He's practically BFS with this person. It's like, no, they were in a ballroom with a shitload of people 17 years ago.
Yeah,
and some guy that's considered, persona non grata now, who's a scumbag that everyone knows is a scumbag now, happened to come around. Hi, do you like whiskey sours too? Let's take a picture.
Yeah, it's a difference between Bill Clinton getting a massage from one of the girls that was Epstein, trafficked by Epstein. There's a difference between that and between like Trump and Melania taking a picture, like you said, in a ballroom at an event, or Elon Musk you know what I mean? Like that, There's a big, I'm not dismissing if anything actually factual comes out about the two of them. Completely will say, they're fucking disgusting people because that is wrong. But there is a complete difference. Just like there's a difference between J6 and the Antifa fucking George Floyd riots. Complete difference.
Yep.
Yeah, but they never get associated together for some reason. They never get associated together for some reason. It's like, so the right has one like outburst riot. And we can absolutely call that a riot because you see some of the footage, there's some fucking rowdy shit going on there where security guards are getting beat up and there's windows getting smashed in and whatnot. So not everyone there was there for just the rally and we're going to go and hold our signs up in front of the building and whatnot. No, there was people there that actually tried to fuck shit up, and then but then you had an entire summer of cities burning that were just ignored by the press.
Are you trying to say that in a group of people there's a 10% idiots?
Oh, there's always idiots. There's always idiots.
Yeah. You get a large enough group, there's always idiots. Yeah. I mean, it met my classic definition of a riot. I mean, I play this to left and right when they're out there. The minute you start destroying something or hitting something or injuring something, you're not a protester anymore. You're a rioter. Yeah, and it goes for somebody in a MAGA hat or it goes from somebody wearing a pussy hat. I mean, the principle applies to both,
Well, I mean,
you're absolutely right.
One's a grab them by the pussy hat. In a group of people, there is always a Ray Epps.
I see what you did there.
So
FBI agent.
So if we go back to what I have here is this is what we have for the House right now, right? So this is what NBC News is reporting, anyways.
So we have the majority.
Yeah, yes. So it's 222 to 213, and I mean, if we look at the Senate, I mean, it's what even at, or is it 49-48? I think
49 conservative, 48 liberal, or Democrats. The last time I saw.
So it's 48. Interesting. Okay, so and that happened just in the time because I had it up before. I think I got it up. Hey,
any grandmas around? Any grandmas?
But no. So I think I this is better. This is looking better for our side, I guess. What the logic side?
This is pathetic, though. This is sad, though, because I mean, like, okay. I mean, we're expecting, people are talking about a red tsunami. That would be like 40 plus seats that we would have gained, and then like a red wave would have been like 25 plus seats gained, somewhere around there. Yeah. In the end, we're going to gain 8, 9, 10 seats or something like that when we were down. Like we had a deficit of 7 or 8 seats before the midterms, and then we're going to have a net gain of 8 or 9. That's pathetic. Like, how bad does shit have to get?
I can get a little conspiratorial on this one too, where it comes down to the day of the election, there was a bunch of Democrats already announcing, saying that it was going to take over a week for the elections to get counted. Fetterman was actually already in line to sue, thinking that he was losing. There was already all these things in place for in case there was a red wave. So obviously they were a little nervous about a massive red influx of votes. Yeah. But then seeing what ended up happening, because essentially what I think ended up happening, to be perfectly honest, is that this the centrists, the people that are in this bell curve that are more towards the middle here, they are fence sitters and they don't really know which way to go, but they were so turned off by some of the pro MAGA shenanigans that happened and whatnot, and so then they end up just going, I'm just going to vote blue. Everybody else I know is voting blue. I'm going to vote blue. So then they do that. So then we lost what would have been the red wave by not trying to make the conservative movement a little bit more open, a little bit more I guess I feel we are pretty open and understanding, to be honest, but it's just weird to think that it alienated the centrists.
MAGA has such a bad smear to it right now, because I mean the Democrats are fantastic at messaging, a lot better than Republicans are, and they've done such an effective job of saying that red hat with the white lettering on it, that MAGA hat. That's the official hat of Satan himself, and he wants to kill babies and he wants to take away all your money. He wants to cut Social Security. They're so great at messaging that. And so even if you have somebody like Dr. Oz, who I thought was a shit candidate, but he is about as far from MAGA as possible. And the only reason Trump endorsed him is because, hey, they're both on TV. Hey, I like you. I like you too. You're on TV. But just enough to be associated and for them to know that Trump endorsed Oz, I think did him in. And then on top of that, I think that, the one debate they had was pretty close to actual election day, wasn't it? I mean, there was probably a shitload of Fetterman votes in well before Fetterman had that clusterfuck of a debate that he had.
Fetterman had his mail-in votes before, I think it was October 22nd or something like that. And then the debate was the week of the 28th. I know that because I was in Mexico and I ended up watching it. Sure. And I was trying to keep up on all my PolitiFacts and watching that debate. And it's that was a whole thing too. But it's just insane.
My God. I think that's the biggest thing is if you're going to have only one debate, make it mandatory and make it as early in the election season as possible.
There has to be a debate. Yeah. There has to be the fact that Kari Lake and Katie Hobbs didn't even have a debate is just ridiculous. What do you stand for? Because I think Ian, you shared it earlier today where it was or no, you commented on it. It was Katie Hobbs.
I went in a little bit on Twitter.
But so Katie Hobbs shared a 2-second clip where it was Kari Lake saying something completely out of context. 2-second clip. That's not a stance. That's not you saying well, look, see, look what she's saying right here. She's probably talking about you.
Oh, is that when she said media, I'm going to be your worst nightmare or something like that?
Yeah, I'm going to be your worst nightmare. It's she's talking about something completely different.
So here, this is what
you got it. Here it is.
Yeah. So it was
zoom in a little bit. Shrink the window.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it was her words, not mine. Right. Let's see if we can get this going. All right, Jesus, I am.
Whoop.
I'm gonna be your worst freaking nightmare. I'm gonna be your worst freaking nightmare for 8 years. I'm gonna be your worst freaking.
Right, so that it's literally.
That's it.
So I said it's actually amazing how blatantly out of context this is. Yet you are still trying to push this off to voters. Trash.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's like, well, I mean, think of the context. Or, I mean, okay, so if you're going to vote for Kari Lake, you like that, right? You know exactly what she means by being the worst freaking nightmare because you know how much of a nightmare the media has been to her. It's not like the media has been, bringing her cookies and milk and, oh, you're the best, Kari Lake, or even just leaving her alone. No, they have been, like just leeches, just trying to, smear and splatter with all kinds of dirt and muck and shit and whatnot that she doesn't deserve.
Shit, you got me all excited.
Yeah, I like the way you talk.
Are your nipples getting hard over there? Yeah.
I loaded stickers on them. You won't be able to see. Okay.
But yeah, that's.
I went in on Twitter last night. I was kind of a little cranky. And so Jen Psaki, what Trump is doing on Truth Social, what Kari Lake is doing in person at nearly every stop is sowing doubt in the system and the process to confuse and alarm people. It's false. We need to continue calling it out. The amount of misinformation and disinformation that came out of your mouth in the White House is what needs to be called out continuously.
What is it, your period?
Yeah, basically. It's coming out in her hair color. So Charles Booker, Kentucky, was going up against Rand Paul.
This one's good.
Fucking idiot.
Two words. Vote for me.
So Charles Booker, I don't want Rand Paul deciding whether my daughters deserve health care. Give it up. No one cares.
Health care. They turn killing babies into health care. Okay.
How sad is that? It really does bother the fuck out of me when they keep on trying to consider it health care. It's like, all right, you know what should have been considered healthcare? How about preventative fucking measures? All right, how about like instead of like just opening your legs to every fucking dude, go and like actually like use contraceptives, make them wear a condom, be on the pill, get an implant, get like something that would help you prevent getting pregnant if you don't want to have babies. Instead, they like, oh, well, I opened my legs, the guy came inside me, and now I got a baby growing in me. I gotta get rid of it.
Wait, are you trying to say that you're
accountability?
You're trying to have women have accountability for their decisions?
Oh, are we just talking about like logic or yeah? I mean like
logic and reason,
logic and lunacy. I mean like
they don't know what that is. Yeah.
So Biden, I for some reason I always have to say something to Biden just to see if this old fuck or whoever's running his Twitter, sees this ridiculousness. So just got off the phone with some of tonight's winners, including some folks I saw on the road this year.
Remember to stay in line.
Who is this? How'd you get this number?
Remember, stay in line, huh?
Do you know my grandson?
Is my pudding ready yet?
You and Fetterman talk about being brain dead? Fetterman's speech is an SNL skit.
Oh, wait, there was one I saw. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. I should have bookmarked it. Damn it. It was one where it was Fetterman and Biden together, like holding each other's like back of their heads, and the one's like shibba dibba dibba dibba, and then that was like Fetterman, and then like was Biden's going like corn maze, missiles, like dog, like he's just like saying like random fucking words to him too. So it's just fucking
loud
hilarious.
noises. Oh, I love lamb.
Let me see. Was this okay? Oh, really? What a pussy. Okay, so this was Rob Reiner because he always has the best takes on the internet, and so he said something about like oh yeah, Fetterman is blah blah blah. I was Fetterman's the best. I'm glad he beat Oz, and I said you just want to play Fetterman in the made-for-TV movie. I'm about the same brain capacity. and anytime Rob Reiner said anything about voting, I just shared this.
It's all.
It's so good. So good. Yeah, I'm sure y'all noticed that.
I don't want to see Rob Reiner's meathead.
So this one is another really good one. You're gonna love this. Let me pull this up here. So there was a PA state representative that won, who's been dead since October.
Oh my god.
Yeah, let me see if I can. I have to actually stop sharing this one and share a different screen here because I opened up a new tab.
And then I got a spicy one.
Okay, hold on.
That I said.
Spicy.
PA State Representative reelected despite being dead. We were proud to see voters to continue to show their confidence in him and his commitment to democratic values by reelecting him. I guess post dead.
I heard he barely won. It was a dead heat.
I know reading is, a little.
Well, that's a hard word.
It's like a Schwarzenegger movie. Dead heat.
Dead heat. Democrat Anthony Tony DeLuca died October.
Oh, I
9th.
wonder how he died. Oh, gee, I'm sure natural causes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he wasn't young. I think he was.
Yo,
like
we had to
80-something.
whack Tony. All right, he was going to the feds.
DeLuca. There was something here where it said how old he was, but he was like in his 80s.
Right there, 85.
Right. Oh, 85, right here, dude. Hey, you're catching me off guard. I'm trying to.
I swear you see words and it's just like blurred.
Yo, Tony, he sleeps with the fishes. Capiche?
When you expect me to read out loud, I start getting all like anxiety starts picking. I'm like, oh god.
Fucked on Honix there, Sean. Fucked on
What
Honix.
is this? Like it's Pat from fucking SNL.
You're forcing me to read with other people listening. This is so hard.
Welcome to the internet. Okay, so I'm gonna go back.
Not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. Okay, so
I want to hear how Tony DeLuca was whacked.
Here, I think that's a Pornhub thing. So Billy Baldwin, where are my Democrats? Who is proud to be blue? I think your brother turned someone blue about a year ago.
Yeah, that was really dark. I saw that one. I was like, ooh.
So, for the sake of future generations, we can't let extremism win here in Arizona. Then why are you running? Oh yeah, I believe in this state. I believe that we will win, and then we will work together towards a better Arizona. You're influencing
because I count the votes.
No, because I'm telling you, it becomes harder when other people are listening to you, and like you're not only talking to me in movies, but you're also talking to everybody else who's viewing as well.
You get hard when people watch.
It gets hard. It gets really hard.
And Arizona, where no one gets left behind or goes without a voice. Would have been interesting for you to say that on a debate stage.
Yeah, she left herself without a voice. She never went up there and debated. She was too chicken shit to debate with.
She fucking ran.
Yeah, if you got such great ideas, you should be running for the debate stage.
Speaking of running, how about this?
I've seen this, yeah.
So good.
I have to leave. Are you going to clean that up, ma'am? Ma'am, are you going to clean that? No, she doesn't. She runs into the bathroom and then she hides in there. And then the other guy that she's there with runs into the other bathroom. They're like hide themselves there until the car arrives.
What a Karen move right there. So is she hearing the voice of the poor sap that has to clean up that whatever the fuck beverage was she was drinking?
Yeah.
What about their voice?
It's just ridiculous. It's her and most all of the. Why is it always like the white liberals? Like I don't agree with Malcolm X on much, but
yeah. Well, she's like she's afraid. She's ashamed of being white. She wants to prove how down she is, and yeah, she just wants to stand up for what she thinks of as the downtrodden. Like really, okay.
Well, Dad coming in with the heat. Woman who is now 44 years old said Bill fucked her when she was 17 on Pedo Island.
Ooh.
News at 11.
That's a rough one.
Yeah.
Pedo Island, they still have family passes there? Is that...
It's not the resort that you want to go to by any means.
Yeah, it doesn't seem fun.
This summer, get that Pedo Island, $25 off. Yeah, senior citizens get in for a video. Your kids to Pedo Island.
Was that for you guys?
And what, leave them there?
With Six Flags, did you guys have the old guy dancing to the?
Oh yeah.
The Venga Boys.
Yep.
Get on the bus, everybody. Get on. It's like total stranger just shows up. Yeah. Get on my bus, everybody.
Yeah. If you look at it more
puppies and candy. Puppies and candy in there.
Get in my van with no windows.
I think was it Robot Chicken also did a prank about that one too, or like a skit thing about that. That was pretty funny.
That was good. Okay.
All inclusive, though. Very exclusive to just children. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we should. Let's see. God damn it. Stupid.
Hey, can we talk about like how epic DeSantis's win in Florida was?
Dude. Oh, massive. Win.
Like he's given the blueprint as far as like how to do it. Follow the blueprint.
I was just going to bring up governors. So we have governor here, right here. Let's see. We got DeSantis and Christ, 59-40. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, that's like a California, Democrat.
Pretty good for a guy that only won by 40,000 votes last time. So it goes from 40,000 votes to winning by 1.5 million.
There was a weird tweet from Trump. Well, it wasn't a tweet. It was like one of the truths on Truth Social where he was talking about how like, hey, I'm glad everything went really great in Florida, but I got like 1.2 million more votes than DeSantis did when he ran. So like, it's like, was that necessary? I think a lot of this right now is him gearing up to announce that he's going to run and like to try and like make it something like, I'm better than you. Yeah. It's like, it's one of those types of moves. And like, honestly, I think like with the fact that DeSantis is easily the United States' most favorite governor of all of the governors. Like, I think everybody, like the majority of the people can get behind him.
It's okay.
This is pass the fucking torch, dude.
No.
It's like those aren't real.
The reason why, and we've had this discussion. The reason
I know, but I keep going back and forth on it, Ian.
Okay, well, let me explain now. Jesus Christ. No.
God. I'm having a hard time talking, guys.
You're like, nope, I gotta. So, no, I think, like I said before, I think Trump it needs to be the conservative candidate. And DeSantis is VP. And then we have fucking 12 years, not just 8 or 4, because if there's so much infighting on the conservative side, and I think it's a tactic that Trump is basically saying, like, dude, like, don't try it because I'm me. I'm going to like talk shit. I talk shit about Jeb Bush. I talk shit about fucking Marco Rubio,
Ted Cruz, and all that. Yeah.
He's already talked shit about DeSantis' wife, and she's a cancer survivor. He's like, there's no holds barred with that guy.
Do you really think Trump is gonna not fucking say some shit? Like, he called Ted Cruz a fucking Zodiac killer. Like,
yeah, he did.
He said his dad killed Castro or killed JFK.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying it's all amazing or the right thing, but like I think Trump is basically trying to position, like you said, that yes, he is trying to gear himself up towards declaring that he's going to run again. And I think there's already been something out saying he's going to declare after the midterms. So I know that's going to happen. We all fucking known it, but just because of campaign finance laws and like certain things, he couldn't, do the laws against it. So like,
I also think it also had to do with the fact that like, DeSantis was running for governor, so therefore it's like to try and like make an announcement that he was going to run and whatnot, it would just kind of throw things off as well. Like, even though it would be for presidency, I think like the chances are we all know that it's going to be like a Trump DeSantis. If Trump's running and he taps DeSantis for VP, it's like that's going to be like the most likely of tickets.
I mean, so what I think DeSantis should see from that is Trump is like, okay, cool, I'm gonna let you have the spotlight for right now because this is midterms and I don't need to take away the spotlight from me running for, so why don't you see and like kind of I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back kind of thing. And so I think the perfect thing to do, and how many Floridians are like, dude, like you don't leave Florida right now, like you're the best thing that's happened to us for a while, so don't run. So I think there's plenty of people that are talking about that right now. So I think there should be, and I mean, if he's vice president, that's a different thing, but like running for president is a completely different campaign than being tapped to be the vice president for Trump.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying about like that, because like have DeSantis in Florida for this term, and then I think he can run for a third term, right?
Who?
Like DeSantis, I think he can run for a third term as governor, can he? Yeah. So so have him all for all those years. But also there's in politics, there's a certain window that you are the shit, right? You're the it person, the it guy, the it gal, like it or not. Like Chris Christie or Mike Huckabee or whatever. They had their times where they had their time, and they were like, I'm going to bow out of this one there, and they paid for it, And I think
this kind of just came to me right now. It might even be smarter to secure, the presidency for even longer. So right now, if we're talking about it, Trump, DeSantis, and then DeSantis for 8 years, right? So what if Trump did Trump DeSantis, and then DeSantis did, or even Trump did Kari Lake? You know what I mean? Because there's a woman vice president right now. So why don't be like, oh no, this is the, you know what I mean? And then, or Trump DeSantis, and then DeSantis, Kari Lake.
Or how about we just have DeSantis and Trump run in the primary? Because that's what I want to see. I want to see like steel against steel, right? I want to see it like a rap battle in 8 Mile. I want to, because you're right, because Trump is going to go, no holds barred. He's going to get raw. He's going to get just, he's going to rip into DeSantis and his family and his kids and his third cousin and his dog and all that stuff.
Imagine Kari Lake and Kamala on the vice presidential debate.
Oh yeah, she would tear it apart. Sure.
Yeah, Kari
But
Lake.
So let me just say this then, because again, I've been debating about this in my head about why or why not Trump should run, essentially. And one of the things that I keep on coming across, and now I've thought about it even more today than anything because of after our red trickle, of what happened with the voting. There are a lot of people that do not like Trump, that are not only on the left, but also centrist, kind of in the middle of the entire thing. So one of my thoughts is this, all right, if we really want to win the election, having somebody so divisive as Trump might not be the right way to go. And because now we have a very popular governor that we all would be okay with running for president, which would be DeSantis. So why would we try to because I think it would destroy the Republican Party essentially if we tried to have Trump as the main ticket, for presidency. Because think about this, would the Republicans want to go through that again? Because now you're talking about it wouldn't be able to go, nothing would get passed. It would be a constant battle of trying to get him impeached over this, over that. Every little thing, he jaywalks one time, it's going to be an impeachment trial. It's going to be all kinds of stuff like this.
I think they're going to do that no matter who.
Right.
Even if they have an R on their name.
I don't know. But I think with 100%,
you're giving too much to the left, dude.
No, I'm not giving anything to the left right now. I'm giving the fact that I'm talking about the people in the fence sitters. I'm talking about the fence sitters right now, because essentially we need those to win the vote. Because we just saw what happened in this midterm right now, where we're all going to go out there, we're all going to vote all red, we're going to try and make some kind of change happen. And what happened? It looked like a fucking trickle. We need that majority of centrist, independent thinkers to start looking at the logic behind things and start following with the voting process, not just following suit with what the news and the media is telling them to vote. So we need better policies. We need better speakers. We need people that are going to be in the public spotlight and be able to handle the media, like Kari Lake. Kari Lake is phenomenal at it. And same thing with DeSantis.
Okay, the only thing with that is, yes, Trump might be decisive, but and Trump might, tweet
divisive,
whatever you want to say about him. But what I will say is, with those 4 years, not only did we get amazing policies, all of the things that happened during Trump's time, didn't start any new wars, all of this shit.
Unfortunately, so many people are so deranged, they don't even hear that stuff, right? You could say Abraham Accords until you're blue in the face, and they're like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Something mean about Rosie O'Donnell. They don't hear no new wars. They don't hear killed, got rid of, ISIS and whatnot.
Yeah.
They don't care about any of that because they have no logic. They have no reason why not.
Well, what I will say about that though is with him being so decisive and with him making the side of lunacy be lunatics, that it opened a lot of people's eyes to the media and to how the media industrial complex.
He definitely deserves credit. Yeah, I mean, he did so many good things and whatnot, and so. But I think his
will happen in 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, he created DeSantis. I mean, to give Trump his due, there would be no DeSantis without Trump. Okay, because people he made DeSantis palatable. Because it was 6 years ago, if DeSantis was the way that he is now, I mean, I would have still loved him 6 years ago. Yeah. But to all the fidgety, twitchy people, the DeSantis way 6 years ago would have been considered extreme and too abrasive. But now, compared to Trump, he's like a nice, cuddly puppy dog compared to him and whatnot. Yeah. And so Trump laid the groundwork for DeSantis, but now I think it's DeSantis' time. But I don't have a problem with Trump and DeSantis both running. I want Trump to run. I want DeSantis to run because it would if Trump goes after DeSantis, well, I should say when he goes after DeSantis and DeSantis comes back at him, it makes DeSantis look that much more sympathetic. And it makes him look like a hero even to the left because they're like, oh, DeSantis, he's the guy who vanquished the big evil Satan.
I can see
orange man bad. DeSantis, we're like,
there's a lot at play in this. There is a lot going on in this where it's chess for sure.
As a content creator, yes, please run, do it because we will be able to fucking talk shit.
It's gonna be battle royale, man. It's gonna be like a Star Wars Death Star explosion every fucking day.
We have 2 live streams a week. We can literally just be the fucking Trump DeSantis week. You know what I mean? Like every fucking this week in Trump DeSantis. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's gonna be fight morning, fight afternoon, fight night. It's gonna be fight. Yeah.
But do you see what I'm talking about when in order to change the outcome of the elections, we will need to swoon the centrist voters.
Yeah, I see it. I see it to a point. But the thing that I see is the way the left has run their campaigns and their messaging has been very bombastic, has been very pointed. And I think that Trump is obviously bombastic and he's very pointed with what he says. I mean, even to the point of yeah, exactly.
Right,
so
right.
I think that going at it with that attitude and using giving them a taste of their own medicine, I think is a great way of exposing shit. And if there was so much that was exposed, in the past, or in the 4 years, and even in these fucking 2 years of fucking, Sleepy Joe, I think that another 4 years of that will open up those minds in the center because of what is revealed. So I think
he's got to get smarter though with it though.
Exactly.
He's got to be smarter. He can't take the bait that the media puts in there because Trump will do something great. He'll pass a great bill, or he'll have the Abraham Accords or something like that, or he'll pass the bill to let wrongly accuse people. The Begin Again bill or whatever that was. That was a great bill. He was like, feel good stories of these people getting out of prison that were falsely accused, or they were sentenced for too long. And Trump has a golden opportunity to just surf on it. Look what I did. Look what I did. Look, see, you think I hate black people? I'm releasing a bunch of black people. And then all NBC has to do is talk some shit about Trump. And then Trump tweets back at NBC. And now we're no longer talking about that great thing where he's releasing all these prisoners and whatnot. Now we're talking about Trump's response to NBC. And he's like, you just shat all over your goodwill, man. You dumb fuck. You could have rode that shit for 3 weeks.
And that was so common.
Speaking of letting people out of prison, Trevor, Darrell Brooks should be someone's captain leader from prison. Objection. Grounds. if Darrell Brooks is not let out of prison and allowed to be the press secretary for anyone, what are we doing here with content creation? Come on. What's going on here?
If he's not charged with the Admiralty courts.
When is
this guy being the press secretary?
Do you love black people?
Jesse Lee Peterson. Beta.
Look at me. I'm Hitler.
When's the sentencing for Darrell Brooks?
I think it's coming up here pretty soon, and I want to know when the fucking Taylor's Your Business shit's coming up.
Yeah.
That shit's going to be fucking great.
Fuck
oh my God, dude. Okay. So I go down, like, I like true crime stuff a bunch. Like, you know, there's some creators that are on YouTube that are amazing at it. There's this one guy, his channel's called That Chapter. And I don't know if you've seen anything by him or whatever. He's got like a good amount of fucking subscribers, like millions. And he does like 1 or 2 a week. And the last one that he did was about a case in, I forget exactly where it was, but it was a complete toxic relationship. And like the dude had gone to jail, and like the cops have been called like 6 fucking times on the 2 of them. And then the cops get a call saying, hey, my boyfriend's dead. We were playing hide and seek, and he got in a suitcase, and then I fell asleep and I woke up and he's dead. Like, okay, how? And so they went through this whole, like, he went in depth about who they were and their relationship and all the things. And there was the cop cams talking to the ex-husband who was there to like drop off the kids of the wife, you know, whatever. And like, he was like, yeah, they've gotten into it. Y'all have been called to this apartment many times. Like, the neighbor was saying like, yeah, that night I heard like a big thump and, you know, like whatever. And so then she gave her phone to the cops without knowing it, because she was a drunk ass, even though she said that she doesn't really drink too much anymore, and they weren't drinking that night, but they were playing fucking hide and seek. You know what are you in your 40s playing hide and seek? Like, sorry. And so they looked on the phone, and there is a video of her staring at the suitcase with him in it, and her laughing, and him being like, Sarah, he was a dumpster fire. I'm not saying he was a great person at all, but it was fucking, like, if you have claustrophobia, it is not right. You can literally hear it, like, Sarah, I can't breathe. Like I can't breathe. And she's just laughing. She's like, that's what you get. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. Sorry. I just fucking talk about Taylor Swift business and talk about fucking crazy ass women. Like, dude. Damn. Yeah. It was to use the lunatic's words, it was fucking triggering as fuck. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Ugh, I'll
get away from that girl, man. Pack your bags. You know.
Good God. I know. I'll link you guys the video, dude. It's fuck.
I wonder how many red flags he just overlooked to get to that point, right? You know, I mean, like 2,713 red flags.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if you go back to like some of the like the police reports and like the, you know, the arrest report, you know, all that stuff, like there were, you know, they definitely beat the shit out of each other. Like, it's not like he was just doing it to her. Like, she did it to him too. And like, again, he wasn't a saint, whatever, but he didn't deserve that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, nobody should get Samsonited like that. No, not at all.
Sammy.
The hell, yes. Yeah.
Well, do we want to cover any of the other states? I mean, like New York. That was.
Yeah, the one that I was really appalled by is how this right here, Whitmer and Dixon. How do you still fucking elect that piece of shit?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, she followed the Cuomo playbook, and she got a bunch of grandmas killed.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
then she went on TikTok and did a bunch of dancing. Like, really?
Yeah. She had schools locked down from what was it, like from March 2020 all the way to like the end of 2021, and then she tried to say, "Oh, we only had schools locked down, or we only had kids out of school for 3 months." Yeah, really? Okay,
it's disgusting.
Yeah,
she I'm gonna keep my comments to myself about what should happen to her, but because YouTube. But yeah, this one too with New York, Hochul and Zeldin. Like, Hochul has no, like, she just got put in there.
Yeah, right. I think there's just so many Democrats in New York. I think like it's just inevitable, and it sounds weird, but since New York is just painted in deep blue, I guess we're supposed to celebrate that he came within 5 points, you know, where Cuomo won. Cuomo's last election, he won by like 20 plus points. Yeah. And then she only wins by 5 points. Like, So I guess that's supposed to be a moral victory or something.
I will say, yeah, I mean, again, yes, there are things you can take from it, saying that like, so maybe it wasn't a red wave, but or there was a red trickle or whatever. But at the same time, if you look at it, not just in
do that every time.
Yeah, not just in wins and losses, but the polling and who actually came close or did that. Like even in California with I don't know how to pronounce his name, Dale, whatever.
But Dolly Parton?
Yeah, exactly. The big titties. That and Newsom. I mean, that's a lot closer than I would think California would be.
Yeah. Even
with the shit that Newsom, has been going through with the, recalls and, all that. It's a little bit of hope for the next one. I think so many people are looking just at this election, which is important. I'm not saying it isn't, but seeing the sort of shift that is kind of, happening.
Going back to New York, did you guys see this one at all? Where it's weird tally numbers for the different counties in New York. Let's see here.
This is interesting information coming in off of New York. We were seeing nothing coming in from New York.
Let me put it. I don't think I have my sound set up right. Can you hear it?
I can hear it. Yeah, we can hear it.
Okay,
I can hear
switch this.
All of the evening until all of a sudden we have 99% posted in the governor's race for New York, and you see all the blue that's there, all the statements that are there. But look at the red. The red is Zeldin. But look at when I scroll over what it shows. It shows Zeldin at 63.1% with 34,311. It's very important to pay attention to that, because when I move into the next one, well, it's not that one. I move into this one, same amount, 63.1% at 34,311. Oh, same thing in this one.
That is weird.
Oh, same thing in that one. Oh, same thing in that one. Same thing there. Same numbers there. Identically. 34,311 votes, 63.1% polling in all but one of the districts. Look at that. Same thing there, even in the little bitty ones. So exactly 34,311 people voting in each one of these counties exactly, identically. Now, you would say, okay, so the numbers are fake for Zeldin. Well, let's look at Holcomb.
Pause it real quick.
113,228.
Okay, YouTube, if you review this video, we are just looking at things. We are not making any assertions.
Yeah, we didn't post this either.
Assertions. We are not saying
this is the freest and fairest election ever.
The second one. We are just having conversations and seeing what's funny. So please just understand that we are just talking about it.
Yeah, and honestly, we didn't post this either. We're just showing what I came across on the internet. That's all it is.
Yep. Biden is king.
King of America, all hail. honestly, I was thinking about this. A monarchy would probably have a lot less drama. Like if we just had somebody telling us, "Hey guys, this is how it's going to be from now on," and like if we picked our king, like okay, all right, I guess that's how it is. Like then I think I don't know.
Shut up, you fucking Brit. We won that war, okay? We don't.
Yeah, we took out the kings and the queens. I know.
I like the way you think there, Mr. Cavanaugh. Yes,
yes. Let's radio with the monarchy, right?
You shut up. That's the good old days.
Take your fucking fish and chips and shove them up his fucking arse.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
That one's different. 113,228. Same thing. Oh, the 73, by the way, matches the one up here. 73,693. 73,693. 73,693. 73,693. The 145 will be repeated too. 145,415. Where is it? Where's the other one? The next one. Oh, there's the 113. You got 145,415. 145, 73,693. You notice the patterns. these districts are using the same exact number of.
Yeah, so there you go. You're seeing like kind of like a dump and run, what we call in offices, where it's like, oh, you copy and paste it, and you just kind of like dump the data all over the place to kind of make it look like, oh, well, yeah, this is generally what it looks like. You know, like, so you dumped and run.
Talking about dump, I'm gonna have to dump soon.
See, you should have brought your bucket. I got a bucket here just in case.
Gross, dude.
Gross. What? Why would you say that?
How dare you?
Did you hear it?
No, did you poop again?
I farted. I haven't pooped on this stream.
That was a fart.
Did you hear it?
I didn't hear it.
Damn it.
Fart like a man, damn you. Fart like a man.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's this room or if it's my asshole. Like every time
you need to fart so that those flags behind you start flapping. I want to see it.
I'll just have a button for a fan. So every time I fart, I just push it. It's all
something falls off a show.
Gross.
Oh, how could you say that?
Come on, man.
Yep.
Yes, we're trying to set new levels of maturity here. Come on. Man.
Well, I think what we should do is we should go over some ballot measures.
Okay.
So in Pennsylvania, let's go over our 3 states because I don't fucking care about anyone else's.
No one else matters.
Yeah, fuck all this shit. Okay, so where are we? How do you look at just fucking Pennsylvania's? That's what I'm trying to look for.
Type in Fetterman.
It's
called Fetterman land now.
Yeah,
Fetterman
the God
land.
King Fetterman.
Yeah.
Good God. Good God.
Sloth love chunk.
Okay, since you're in Pennsylvania, talk a little bit while I'm looking up the actual ballot measures. What do you remember?
Yeah, Shawn, tell us how your state got so fucked up.
Oh man, where do I begin?
1 or 2. Jeez.
No, I mean, like, when you're talking about like ballot measures, you're talking about like props. I've essentially
somebody call them ballot measures.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about fucking elections, you should at least know some of the fucking verbiage. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm not sure where you're getting at with that one, but I know you're talking about the running points. Yeah, no, obviously they were running mostly on the fact that like they were going to fight for women's rights to be able to have health care because they would think that abortion is health care. And then the other ones would be like legalizing weed. Fetterman wanted to release violent criminals from prison, and he also he wanted to legalize hard drugs. He wanted to legalize things like fentanyl and heroin and give cities designated areas for people to do the hard drugs, so that way they could do it in a safe place. Yeah, we are turning into shithole California.
Fentanyl Funland. Is that what he's going to open up there? Fentanyl Funland?
That's the next step. The next step is we have to get the copyright first, and then we can start marketing that.
Yeah, China, I think, owns the trademark on the fentanyl copyright there. So they own that copyright. There you go. So we're talking
essentially, yeah, like that was a lot of like that was all Fetterman too. Like Fetterman was running on all that shit. Shapiro was another one just kind of like running for like all equality for all kids, which means that he's trying to probably instill like a third bathroom type deal. Like it's not something ideal. But honestly, I don't think Shapiro is going to do a whole lot in office, to be perfectly honest. I think like basically Tom Wolf's already laid the groundwork like within his terms. So now Shapiro's just got to sit back and just kind of ride the wave essentially of what's already set in place. I don't think he's going to do much of anything because, as we know, Democrats tend to promise things and not follow through on anything.
No.
Weird concept. I know. It's a weird concept, but it's something that we've all experienced.
I'm not finding any results for like Pennsylvania ballot, like any of the like the props or anything. That's weird.
Well, why don't you do California?
There's a dog fight outside.
Well, move your camera so we can see the dog fight.
So in California, let's see what we had. So we had Prop 1, the right to abortion. Prohibits the state from interfering with an individual's reproductive freedom, including their right to choose to have an abortion and their right to use contraceptives.
Reproductive freedom. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Okay, it's California. Obviously, abortion was already legal. It wasn't illegal. But basically what they're trying to do is make it open to whenever you want.
Yeah. They could give you a Big Mac if you have the more babies you kill or something. Get a Big Mac and a quarter pounder.
It's a bucket of chicken.
Well, it's like if you get your vaccination, you get a free donut. So it's the same idea.
Yeah. There was also Prop 26, which was legalized sports betting, allows in-person sports betting at tribal casinos and licensed racetracks. It's that or online sports betting was another.
Okay, we had none of this in Pennsylvania. Just so you know, like for our election, there was no
saying that states have different propositions and laws that
I'm just saying that like we didn't have anything come up that would actually be like an actual proposition like 27 or nothing like that. It was literally just an election for just candidates. There was
that's all.
There was no propositions.
Really? There was no props. Okay, that's
we've had them before.
That's why I was kind of like, wait, what are you going on? I'm like, okay, no, I know exactly. Now I know exactly what you're talking about. And like, no, we didn't have anything like that. But basically, I was just mentioning what Fetterman and Shapiro were running on.
Oh, yeah, you could have fucking told me that instead of making me like, what the fuck? Am I retarded? I can't fucking find this shit.
No, I wasn't sure what you were getting at. That's why I was saying, like, okay, so then when you started going into your shit, like, oh, yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. No, not at all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm kind of retarded.
Well, that's what I was saying, like, earlier when we were talking about morals and whatnot, like, you're talking about the ballot measures here, Ian.
Yeah.
So, like, there's 5 or so, 7 states where they had the ballot measures to basically codify baby killing in their states. And the amazing thing about that, or even the even more amazing thing about that, is 2 of the states were red states. I think like Kentucky and one of the other states were actually red states where voters, I don't know if they overwhelmingly voted to codify baby killing, but they did end up codifying
right here
baby killing.
Abortion and health care is what they're talking about.
Right. Yeah, reproductive rights.
California, yes. Kentucky, no. Remove right to abortion. So the way it's worded, which is what they do, they word it differently. So everyone, voted no to remove the right.
Right.
Yes, in Michigan to the right to abortion, and Montana require care for infants born alive. So maybe
no. Yeah. So basically, if they're born alive, you can still kill them. In Montana.
Of course, Vermont is is this here. And you know what? If you're gonna make your I'm honestly surprised that Oregon was this close on the universal access to healthcare. Because Oregon, Portland, they'll just riot.
That's one of the most deceptive ways right there. I think Oregon takes a gold medal at the most deceptive way of naming that, right? Universal access to healthcare. Make it act like we want to give people access to bandages and band-aids and antibiotics and whatnot. And if you don't vote for this, if you get an infection, you're not going to be able to get antibiotics. We're taking away your health care. Like, no,
they name
one thing and one thing only that it's going to take away is your ability to baby kill. That's it.
And they're the way the titles of them, and then they add all this fucking extra shit at the bottom. And it's like, dude, that's why, like, straight down all the props, I think we had like 8, maybe. We had 8 of them, and I just voted no on all of them. There was the abortion one. There was the 2 about the sports betting. There was 1 sports betting and 1 online like sports gambling, and they were saying, oh, it's gonna, but it was one of those things like, dude, there's already so much funding and so much shit that goes into the casinos that, like, I was like, they don't need any more. California doesn't know what to do with its fucking tax dollars already, so why are we going to give it more? And there was another one that was talking about arts and music in schools and funding for that. And it's like, okay, well, haven't we already done this before? We've already given schools, the Department of Education, so much money for funding for this and for that. And it's like, what have you done with it? All you've done is mask up kids, allow them to cut their dicks off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you've done so many things already where it's just like, dude, like, why am I? That's like doing a shit job and be like, oh, here's a raise. No.
Yeah, plus they get government endowments too, which are worth millions, billions, whatever. I mean, yeah, they're not hurting for cash.
Yeah, and there was another one talking about removing or something talking about outlawing flavored tobacco, and it's like, okay, so obviously kids under 21, they're not allowed to smoke tobacco, buy cigarettes, buy vapes, buy anything like that, right? So what are we doing here? So you're saying the adults that made their decisions to vape and to do all this, like my vape is tobacco. Like it's not fucking watermelon or fruit punch or cotton candy or anything like that. It's just because I used to smoke cigarettes for fucking 16 years and it's still the taste, right? So it doesn't affect me, but
Gets
then
you by.
Yeah, exactly. And so, especially, when talking to Shawn, he doesn't listen to anything I say. So he just, fucking
who?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I see what you mean.
Do I have to tune in now?
Yeah, anytime he starts reading, I'm like, oh my god. But no,
sweet nicotine saved my life.
Exactly. No, but it's like, I always look at the fiscal impact because that's just going to cost me more fucking money. So, like, it said it was going to be like $1 billion or some shit like that, and it's like, dude, we need more warnings to not eat Tide Pods. We need more, like, how about we, instead of coddling, just like that woman said in line, she was saying, how does a doctor get you, influence you the most to stop doing something stupid when you're in pain, right?
Yeah, we got to stop making Tide Pods look so appetizing then.
I mean, they do.
When they started putting gravy on them, that was the last straw. So, yeah.
They look like a Danish without the breading on them.
Tide Pods. I wish I could quit you. I wish I could quit you. You're so scrumptious.
It just looks like it's going to taste like delicious orangeness. Like,
if you eat 2 at a time, you'll be able to quit life.
Yeah, I think that's a rule. Like, if you eat 1, you die. If you eat 2, you die. But you have to eat like 6, and it brings you back to life or something like that. So,
if you can make it to 6,
it's
come
like
back.
Sorry, YouTube. That's a joke, YouTube. Okay, and yes, you can't cure COVID with bleach.
It's like robo tripping. Like if you drink a little bit of NyQuil or Robitussin or whatever, you'll feel better. But if you drink a shit ton, then you'll be faded. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I never did that. Never did that when I was a kid.
Only as kids would we ever have experienced something like that.
Lean.
I don't think we can adjourn the Admiralty Court though without mentioning the sweet event of Beto being voted out. Yes, Beto is gone. At least he'll probably be back in 2 or 4 years. But
yeah, he's gonna run again because that's
with a new stance on something.
Oh yeah,
I swear that he's just running so he can get the campaign dollars. Beto made me almost fucking puke.
Did you see like the meme? Like I think I put it up where it said, "Hello, Louisiana. My name is Beto," and it was spelled Beteaux. Like Cajun or French. He's going to Louisiana.
Yeah, or then he's gonna go to another fucking state and just call himself Robert.
Yeah. Roberto.
It's like Beto O'Rourke. Like, really, people? Like, that's fucking Irish at the least. Like,
oh, he's very Irish.
Yeah, exactly. Like, good God, dude.
But did you know Pablo Escobar's like right hand man and like Sid, O'Rourke? Beto O'Rourke is Pablo Escobar's right hand man.
Yeah, he's what Trudeau was being said that was Fidel Castro's fucking.
Oh, his love child. Yeah, he was the love child of Fidel Castro and his mom.
Yeah, Beto O'Rourke is just like a cousin, like a redheaded stepchild.
Beto just looks like if Steve Jobs and AOC got it on, like their love child or something like that. So it just looks like Steve Jobs, and he's got AOC's chompers.
A.O. Smith.
This sounds like a bourbon. Get yourself a nice glass of A.O. Smith.
Let me get you a glass of the A.O. Smith, child. Yes.
Oh, speaking of bourbon, I was talking to my stepdad about a week ago. I think it was like right before Halloween. This doesn't matter. Why am I talking about this? But
we don't know either.
I know. I can see you guys like, okay, I get the point. I'm seeing the patience meter for Shawn just like
don't care.
I care. It was a joke.
It's a fucking joke.
The fuck?
I'm upset.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
So anyway, what is this? Drop Wars? Is that?
Yeah. Well, no. Now continue your story. I want to hear your story.
So I was talking to my stepdad about I guess he has a friend or a customer or something, and he's a part of a bourbon club, and was telling him about the Whiskey Capitalist and saying like, oh, this is blah blah. And I was like, dude, can you please keep talking about that? And like, I guess he has like 400 fucking different whiskeys or or whatever as a part. They do like tastings and they like whatever. And I'm like, dude, totally continue that conversation.
Blab your ass off. Yeah.
I'm like, that'd be great. We could be sponsors of fucking of a bourbon club.
That'd be fun. I would love to do that, and then we could do samplings, a little taste tests.
Exactly. Like then instead of just brews for movies, he could do them too.
Yeah,
you bet. Yeah, so the beers are beers are just chasers, right? That can be the main event right there. Yeah, it's a good old bourbon, good old whiskey,
whiskey and beer chaser. That sounds
sure
like a
country song. Yeah. Whiskey and beer and a beer chaser in my pickup truck, with my painted on dream. Bling.
So would you guys like to do some like fun stuff for a little bit? But like, we got a few more minutes.
No jokes on this podcast.
No jokes. Okay, never mind. Let's go real serious then. What do you want? Negus.
Have you not seen that?
I have not. No.
Oh, dude. Oh,
I've seen it now.
Oh, dude. No. You have to see. Shut up, Shawn.
I'm
just like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're gonna watch this now.
Okay, what did you just say?
I don't think we need to.
Well, because you already saw it. He didn't see it. I
know. You want to share it with him. Send it to him.
Shut up.
All right, fine, whatever. This is a waste of time.
I'm muting you.
You can't mute me.
Negus. What is the language of origin?
Ethiopian to Amharic.
What is the definition?
A king. It's used as a title of the sovereign of Ethiopia. Negus.
That's not funny.
Could you use?
Negus ruled Ethiopia until the coup of 1974.
Negus.
He's looking back like, can I say this?
It's hilarious.
Sure, it doesn't originate in Alabama. Ethiopia, my ass.
Could you repeat the definition?
Negus with attitude.
Sovereign of Ethiopia. Negus.
He's struggling so hard. He's like, I don't want to do this.
Negus, please.
This is a bitch ass Negus.
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 Can you see it one more?
I'm not sure I'm supposed to say that word.
Negus. E-G-U-S, Negus.
I'm not canceled.
No, his face is fucking great. I'm sorry.
That's the best part. His face at the very end.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The answer was naggers.
yeah. His face is what every black person says when he tries to say that word.
Oh, that's
or
good.
white liberal, because they're the ones that most care about it. Yeah, so I thought that was good.
That is a great one.
That's enhanced my day right there. Thank you.
You are welcome. Yeah, that was one of the best things. That's one of the best things on the internet. I'm sorry. It's one of the best things on the internet.
Well, here's another fun one from the internet that I thought
that's where we were going. I was like, where? What?
Oh, I was trying to go into some fun stuff for the last few minutes here.
I beat you.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Maybe wait until you see this one. Then maybe we'll talk.
I do have to say that I think it's very funny that Trevor, I think twice now, has said, "Are you guys going to fight again?"
We will end up fighting again. All right, here you go. This is great.
We're going on a date. Say hi. We're going on a date. A wheelchair date. because I was finally able to convince her to get out of the house, and it's gonna be awesome.
Did you need a fucking bulldozer to get her out?
It's true.
Just getting a little exercise in on the jazzy.
Did you not find a shirt that could cover up your second foop?
Those Trump supporters, I tell you.
I suppose we could just use our phones.
Phones are less fun.
Right?
I was getting ready to film you from behind, being like, "Look at her go!" Whee!
Put it in reverse, Barry.
Throw it in overdrive.
I love you.
88 miles per hour.
What? Going down. Wait, yeah, cross again.
It's like hockey. All right, gloves off.
So yeah, that was just so much fun for me to watch. I just had to share it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I had an appetite, and then.
Well, it's not about trying to eat when you're watching that, but like it's just two jazzy riders going for a cruise together. You know, that says, and we're going on a wheelchair date.
Fucking joke.
Wheelchair date, yay!
Two bloated Malibu Barbies going for a cruise.
And like they're motorized wheelchairs too, because like, and you know their legs work, but they choose not to use them,
which in turn keeps them fat.
Weird cycle how that works, right?
Brave and beautiful. I did not.
Stunning.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely stunning.
Stunning and brave. Do you got any other funnies?
Sure, I got more funnies.
Good.
Yeah.
Give me the funnies.
Here we go.
Well, you're getting a fun. I'm watering the daisies.
Here we go.
Well, it's the same old story every single time. Old man strength versus soy boy ninja strength, and you can see him fall on the ground. Windows operating system shuts down. A factory default reset getting dished out generously here tonight. It looks like freaking Fetterman over there laid out, passed out. It looks like another guy's stepping up to the challenge. Old man Withers comes in with a nice shot to the dome, drops him. And it looks like the soy ninja is coming back to his senses and now trying to get back at the old man. Throws his shirt off. He is ready for war. Them's fighting actions, and booyah, another big hook lands. It appears the soy ninja is a little phased. His operating system has rebooted.
Yeah, this one's called. It was like Old Man versus Three Soy Boys.
Too fucking
He is getting back up. Now looking for more Hot Pocket knuckle sandwiches as he continues to deliver a knuckle sandwich buffet. Old man Withers with another big right sends him into the freaking asphalt, and it is all over.
The Windows restart sound just cracks over. Like every fucking time.
Dude, it's like the American version of like the Aussie fights or the Aussie man or whatever.
Oh yeah, those ones are good too.
Let's see. I might have one.
Okay, yeah, pull that up. That'd be a great way to kind of wrap it up. I wonder if Movies is coming back before we wrap up the stream.
Yeah, he said he was gonna go water the daisies while we're talking about funny.
He doesn't like funny. I get it.
Yeah, he never has jokes. This is white supremacy.
Certainly looks like white supremacy.
It's the patriarchal white supremacy.
She's going for the pom-pom. World star.
Yeah.
Oh no. I was joking. The pom-pom really came off.
Yeah, dude, she got her braids ripped out. I know
that's gonna leave a mark.
I know you don't understand this one, Shawn, but when you get your hair ripped out, it really sucks.
At one point, I did have hair, buddy. Believe it or not, I did.
I've only known you as bald. You are bald. So
this is fake news. You are fake news.
Excuse me.
But I'm glad I didn't have my screen shared on that one. It was just butt cheeks and a thong.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you love black people?
Share with the class.
How did you know? Okay. Have you seen this one where the Asian guy gets stabbed by someone who obviously was planning shit?
Yeah, this one's not funny, but yeah, like it's pretty serious and like yeah, it's I've seen this one. It's pretty intense. Stop the Asian hate. White supremacy.
I mean, he took him down and kept getting stabbed, which is,
dude, like there was very little blood in this scenario for after how many times this guy got stabbed.
Call security so they can film it too.
Security.
Yeah, nobody's doing anything. This pisses me off so much because
what pisses me off is the end of it when the teacher comes.
Yeah,
he slams down the Asian kid.
Well, they think the Asian kid's got the knife.
Here,
his hands all cut open at this point.
He has a knife. That's.
What are you doing? Break him up, dude.
Well, he has the knife. I'll say that's the important part.
Just drop the knife on the ground, man.
I know. I would have threw it back and then just broke them up and then went right for the aggressor.
Why did he just fucking tackle the Asian kid?
I don't know, to try and just separate him, but he probably also that guy didn't see anything that happened in the entire scenario. He just went to rip him apart, not knowing who was the attacker.
Right,
yeah,
he doesn't have the context.
Yeah, but then at the same time, the guy, if he would have just dropped the knife, who's to say that there's obviously a guy filming, so it was planned. So who's to say that another one of the buddies, because they can't really fight, doesn't
grab the knife too? Yeah,
and then stab the teacher.
Yeah, so the teacher made the right call to not throw the knife.
Yeah, exactly. Because they can't really fights one-on-one. They gotta usually have like a group, like fighting people.
Yeah. You gotta be strategic, like where you throw it. You can't be like, "Hey, crowd of people here,"
that type of shit always annoys the fuck out of me when it comes. You see that type of stuff, and then they're gonna say, "Oh, that's white supremacy," and that's it's none of that. Obviously, like the black on Asian crime rate in New York City is ridiculous as well. Besides the black on black crime,
white supremacy is the biggest threat to our society right now, right?
Yeah, according to our fearless leader.
Yeah, YouTube. That's exactly what we believe for real.
Yeah. I wasn't saying anything wrong. The narrative. So,
do you love black people?
See, I was trying to do funny videos, and now this is like a somber mood.
It's just something I found.
I know, but you got to categorize it a little better.
You brought up fights. You said fights first.
And it was a funny fight video.
Yeah, true. I'll give you that.
All right, it's okay, Ian. We all try sometimes.
Just show us the two bloated Malibu Barbies again. So
yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, on the Rascals. I just love the music. That
here we are on a wheelchair date.
We're going on a date. Say hi.
On a date.
We're going on a date. A wheelchair date.
A wheelchair date.
I don't know what's more offensive: their size, the motorized wheelchairs, or their fucking accent.
All of it pisses me off.
Okay, wait for it.
Everybody,
bam!
That kid came out of nowhere.
I know, dude. Okay, you know what? I changed my search. I put funny fight videos.
There you go.
That was funny, yeah.
Yeah.
You have dishonored my family name. I'm going to kick you in the back of the head.
All
right. Wait for it.
Kabonk.
Yeah, I know. You guys are like, wait, what the fuck? Wait for it.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Fast and Furious outtakes there. Yeah.
We ready to wrap this one up?
Nope. Wait,
nope, we got one more.
Oh no, more punishment.
More Pixar. Oh, oh wow.
I guess
World Star, Pixar.
Yeah, exactly. If World Star is not said, then did it really happen though?
I'm just gonna Pixar. I'm just gonna think of titties getting stumped from now on.
World Pixar hip hop.
It was just trying to, it was a double mastectomy.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's one way of doing it.
It's like the kicking the pregnant woman down the stairs. The homemade.
Well, they took away women's health care, so they can't get it. They have to do it their way.
Yeah, they got to stomp out the titties.
Yeah.
Stomp them one at a time. Go pop, 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 pop.
The black face of white supremacy there.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
Damn.
Yeah. You love black people. All right. Thank y'all for tuning into the Whiskey Capitalist podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow, and comment below to help out with that algorithm. Thank you, Trevor, for joining in. Thank you, Dad, Mr. William Archer, for joining in and commenting and giving us some more things to talk about. Make sure you go to solo.to/the Whiskey Capitalist to follow all of our pages and follow all the links to keep in touch with us. Go to bit.ly/the Whiskey Capitalist merch for our fully stacked merch store. We got a little right behind Shawn there. You can see there we go. You can see all that goodness. Also go to solo.to/Til Death Studios for any digital design work. I got some stuff brewing for movies here. Been a little slow and go, learning some more stuff, but I think it's gonna work out
Looking
pretty
tip top
good.
so far.
It's looking great.
Oh, yeah.
It's looking great.
I showed Shawn before you were late. Movies. Also go to solo.to/Til Death Podcast for the podcast that I do with my wife. I think we're actually going to start doing some live streams instead of doing the whole editing process. And it's with the 4 podcasts going on here soon. I think it's just going to be a little bit too much on my plate. So we actually have a new little setup. Our old setup, we got 2 bean bags, a little more chill action going on. It'll be easier for the live streams. And also Shawn here will be able to tell you about his stuff.
Solo.to/I'm Shawn Cav for all my links. This Friday is Sippin with Shawn debut live stream. Going to be 5 p.m. Eastern time. Going to go for just about an hour, and we'll keep it fun for Friday. Everyone's out of work at that point, so it'll be a good time. So yeah, make sure you tune in right here, Til Death Podcast Network.
Yeah. All right. Movies will I guess we'll let you, shout out your stuff.
That's the least you could do. Jeez. What the hell? Yeah, check out my MoviesMerica podcast episodes. I've got them on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all the outstanding podcast platforms that you can think of. And it's also on, like it shows down there, MoviesMerica.com. I'm on social media at MoviesMerica. Latest episode is Black Adam with some guy. Have you guys heard of this? Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I think that's kind of racist.
The people's elbow.
Yeah, he's always cooking something. He's telling us to.
Can you smell what Dwayne's cooking?
You fucking jabroni.
Yeah. But Black Adam. So it's a cooking show that you can see in theaters, and I do a very in-depth chock full of spoilers analysis of Black Adam. So just check out MoviesMerica if you would, and if you don't, we're gonna have those chicks come over and stomp on your titties.
Yeah. And we're gonna ride over on the wheelchair date people.
We're having a wheelchair date and watching MoviesMerica.
And if you like voices, there's definitely plenty of them in those reviews. But also, I'm in. Once I get the intro done and get the end cards done, I'm gonna start getting. I know I've been saying this for a minute. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna be getting all of the past audio only episodes. Put some video content to them and put them up. I can't talk. get him up on the Til Death Podcast Network, since he is a part of the network now. And
hey, Fat Albert wants you to listen.
It is a party. It's a party. It's a party. Exactly. With your light show that you got going on in the background now.
Y'all ready for this?
Sorry, those fucking, and you haven't seen them yet, Shawn. Maybe once you know with the live, I'll show you a couple of them. They're fucking great. They had me dying. But yeah. So once the end cards are done and all that stuff, and once the audio, all that is put out, we're gonna start doing video content. I think every Thursday is what we decided.
Thursday, yeah.
So
it's not gonna be like previews or reviews of like the latest movies that have come out. Like it's not gonna be a review you can listen to or watch like before you go see the movie. It's going to be more like analysis of a movie that came out the week prior. So
yeah, that, and then you've been doing some older movies as well. You did Lord of the Rings, also, and just kind of what's coming up. Especially there's so many shit movies coming out lately that it's not always easy to find.
You got to do it. Yeah, you got to go to the old stuff. So absolutely, sometimes.
Yeah. So also make sure you check out at Til Death Pod Network. The reading thing. You're rubbing off on me, Shawn.
Yeah, fuck off.
Can you stop rubbing one out all over the screen? Go to Til Death.
Just thinking of you.
Yeah, on Twitter, and check that out. Go like, go share, subscribe. All the follow, all the things. We're not blue check verified yet, but yeah, go check out all that. And I think that's it. You guys got anything else you want to throw in there?
I'm all set.
Yep,
cool.
Good to go.
If I don't answer any of your guys' messages, tomorrow is me and Jen's wedding anniversary. So
you're busy banging.
Yes, we're gonna go to Harrah's, the casino out here. The casino out here. We now movies is wearing off on the casino. And rub one out. Here we go. Yep. And yeah, we're going out to the casino, and they just got a Hell's Kitchen. The Gordon Ramsay spot. Sure. So we're gonna go have some beef Wellington. Fucking stoked.
Is that how you eat? That's how you eat. That's my week. Nah, never mind. Take that back. It's like Crocodile Hunter there for a second.
It's trash, you twat.
Crikey, you call it a souffle?
All right. So with all of that, we are signing off for the night, and we'll catch you next time on the Whiskey Capitalist Podcast. Thank you guys.
Bye.
See you later.